Good. We haven't missed the sorting ceremony. I'm
바로
no
기숙사부터
expert,
정하나
but
보네.
that seems more
오.
appropriate. Now, I need to study this locket as soon as I can, but first I must
노복으로
contact the
바꿔줬어.
ministry. They need to know what happened to George and be warned of Ranrock. For the moment, I ask that you keep all that's happened this evening between you and me.
Of course, sir.
Thank you. Ready for the sorting ceremony?
어디 낼까 너무 궁금하다. 내가 고를 수 있는 건가? 아니면 뭔가 질문을 하다 보면은 안 돼! 나 있어!
Phineas, Nigellus, Black.
피니어스, 나이젤러스,
Prepare
블랙?
yourself to
블랙이면
meet
시리우스 블랙의
the headmaster.
가문인가 본데?
Fig, nice of you to join us.
교장이야?
The sorting ceremony's over.
아, 방금
There were
끝났잖아. 유도리가 없어.
complications.
Complications?
It seems the goblin problem has...
Enough. Goblins. I've no time for rumors, Fig, and I'm rapidly losing whatever patience I had left. If you're lucky, we might still be able to get you sorted this evening.
I'll be in touch.
좋아요. 이렇게 해가지고 호그와트 그 자주 보던데 거기 왔네요. 그 밥 먹으러 오는데.
Professor Weasley, we've one more to be sorted.
Welcome. You're just in time. Have a seat.
자, 어디 될까? 너무 궁금하다. 이 모자는 예전에도 있었구나.
Ah, yes. A bit older than the others, aren't you? You come here with preferences and preconceptions. Certain expectations.
어서 탐험하고 싶어.
I'm looking forward to exploring Hogwarts and the world beyond the castle and grounds.
Indeed. Much can be gleaned by having an adventurous spirit, but your professors have a great deal to teach you as well. I wonder... I detect something in you. A certain sense of... what is it?
신이 야망, 대담함, 야망. 야망하면은 거시게 되나? 그 슬리드린가나? 호기심?
A desire to learn? I do enjoy a good puzzle, and I believe I have a ready mind.
호기심하면은 플라우프가나?
You're clever indeed. You have the ability to reflect clearly on that which puzzles others. And you've a ready mind, quick to learn. Perhaps you belong in Ravenclaw.
레번클로. 나 레번클로야? 근데 질문 2개로 정하는 거야, 겨우? 좋아요. 레번클로 나쁘지 않아.
You belong in Ravenclaw.
레번클로가 파란 색깔인가?
Oh, and one
레번클로를
more
해보고
thing.
싶었던 게
Due to the unfortunate
이제
injury
해리포터
on the pitch
영화에서
in last
이제
spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been
퀴디치 안
cancelled.
만들어가지고 이렇게 그리핀도르랑 슬리데린 많이 나온
Enough! It's
플라우프는
not
또
as though
옛날에
I've
해리포터
banned
게임할 때
flying
플라우프를 했단
altogether,
말이야.
but
그래서 이번에 레몬클로 좀 해보고
don't tempt
싶었어요.
me. You are here to focus on your academic futures.
개인적으로 사실
I'm sure you will have plenty
그리핀도르만
to do
아니었으면
before
다
classes begin
상관없었어.
tomorrow.
그리핀도르는 너무
I
재밌을 것 같아.
said I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
아, 교장이 너무 야박하네.
Quite an entrance. It's lovely to meet you. I'm...
Professor Weasley, would you be so kind as to show our new student to their common room?
I shall see to it, sir.
위즐리야, 교수가.
As I was saying, I'm Professor Weasley. Please
넌 위즐리 엄마인가?
Nice to meet you as well, Professor.
엄마까지는 아니어도 한
As deputy
할머니쯤 되나?
headmistress, it is my distinct honor to show you to your common room. Right this way.
좋아요. 약간 맥도나걸 교수랑 비슷한 포지션인 것 같은데?
It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. Might be a bit of a challenge, but one I'm sure you're up for.
I am, Professor.
This is the entrance to the Ravenclaw common room. You must solve a riddle to enter. I won't be of much help, I'm afraid. This sort of thing has always confounded me.
뭔데? 능지가 있어야 되는구나. 기본적으로 지식을 탐구하는 그 기숙사여서
Or the poltergeist.
요령이랑
Ghost or
폴더가이스트라고.
poltergeist? A non-being can never have been.
유령이야? 뭐야, 내가 맞추는 게 아니야.
Well done. Now, go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
5학년 입학생이라고 막 데리러 와주네. 좋아요. 자, 그럼 수업 들으러 가나?
But I just have to wait for the right moment.
여기야?
Must be different starting Hogwarts in the 5th year.
넌 뭐세요?
Why, hello. Would you like to take a look?
아미타카르?
Can't see too much in the day.
약간 인도 사람
Well,
같은데?
except for stars like Sirius, Canopus, Vega, and
다른
Arcturus.
같은 게?
I'm Amit. Pleasure to have you in Ravenclaw. Never met someone who's been so close to a dragon before.
Can't say I recommend it, frankly. It's nice to meet you, Amit. I take it you like astronomy.
Oh, yes. So much to be learned from the stars. Also, there's something about the open air and night sky above the tower. It's invigorating. You will adore astronomy. Professor Shaw is incredibly knowledgeable.
난 별을 관찰한 적이 없는데?
I'm afraid I'm not much for memorizing constellations. Enough to worry about on the ground.
Well, you should know that all fifth years must take astronomy. However, I think you will feel differently after one night up on the tower. A quality telescope can show you things you never dreamed of.
I suppose I'll see you in class then.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of class, better get to my first one of the year. Nothing like the smell of fresh parchment, is there? Be seeing you.
공부를 굉장히 좋아하는 친구인 것 같고 약간 네임드급 그 학생들이 있나 봐.
This should be interesting.
에버렛 클럽턴.
One moment. Watch this.
What is this?
Someone threw a dung bomb. Let's get out of here.
That wasn't quite the reaction I wanted.
그러니까 너무
Oh well.
What did you hope would happen?
I suppose I hoped it would lighten the mood. Ravenclaws can be a bit on edge the first day of class. I'm Everett, by the way.
가뿐싸네.
You seem downright calm next to some of these characters. And you survived a rather harrowing trip here.
어떻게 하는 거야? 첫날이 기다려줘.
I'm glad to be here, ready for classes to start.
Good. Glad to hear it. Truly, there's no reason to be nervous. Most professors are firm but fair. I mean, not all of the tricks I play are as simple as a tossed dung bomb, and I'm still here.
Wait, did you say most professors are firm but fair?
Ha! I did. But probably best I let you judge for yourself.
아닌 사람이 몇
I
명
do
있을 수
tend to push their
있다.
limits. I should wander off before someone traces that dung bomb back to me. Nice meeting you.
You too, Everett.
백 to me. 얘도 네임드인가 보네. 근데 네임드 캐릭터들이 왜 다 남캐야? 얘야?
That's not right either.
Owls make very good pets. You can't snuggle up to them the way you can with a cat.
I want him to be in the perfect place. A place he'll be happy with. But I can't seem to find it. Great golden gobstones! I want him to thrive here. Golden gobstones? My own little expression. I bought this Dittany seedling from home and I so want him to feel cozy. Dittany is amazing, isn't it? So much healing power in such a little plant. I've a bit of a thing for plants, as you can see. Pleased to meet you. I'm Samantha. Nice to meet you, Samantha. Is Dittany used in Wiggenweld potion? It is. Looks like someone's been studying up on their
그게
potion
뭐야?
making.
아,
Actually,
모르는데?
Professor Fig told me
아,
about
위즈웰드
Wiggenweld
뭐야?
potion.
그 물약?
Of course.
그거 다
I
썼는데
heard you
빨리
were studying
만들어야
with him
돼.
before term. He's an enigma, Fig. Teaches about theory, yet seems to know a lot about practical magic. Professor Fig does know a great deal about different forms of magic.
많이
Well, I hope he
배웠으니까
told you
그래도
about more
띄워줘야지.
than Wiggenweld. You've lots to catch up on, I'm sure.
식물
An
좋아하니?
affinity for herbology is more typical of a Hufflepuff than a Ravenclaw, isn't it? Ordinarily, perhaps, but it runs in my family. We've a full plot of these little fellows back home. I suppose you could say herbology is in my roots. Is it common practice for students to grow their own ingredients? Oh, yes. In fact, our herbology teacher, Professor Garlick, encourages it.
갈릭.
And I don't think Professor Sharp, our potion master,
재배학이라서
cares where you
갈릭인가?
get your ingredients, as long as your brews are all perfect. It was nice to meet you, Samantha. Good luck with your Dittany. Thank you. And good luck to you too on your first day.
주인공 목소리에 약간 동굴 목소리가 나는 거지.
Hey there, new Ravenclaw. Professor Weasley is
밖에서
looking for you just
위즐리 소리가 안
outside.
나세요.
You'd best not keep her waiting.
오케이. 여기 있네?
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have
어째
one
주인공
first day
캔들인데?
at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
모든
OWLs.
수업에서
Owls.
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level
무슨 등급
exams.
다
They
써야
will
되는 거.
determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
좋네.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore.
Lumos.
I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student.
난 없어도 될 것 같아. 너무 천천히 걸어.
Why don't you cast Revelio on this bus and see what details the field guide can provide?
오. 필드 가이드 챌린지. 그 리벨리오는 진짜 엄청 열심히 써야겠다.
Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle. Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field
이거로
guide
순간이동할
contains
수
a
있나
map of
봐.
the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
그 뭐 가루 같은 거 뿌려가지고 이동하는 거 그건가 보네. 중앙 계단을 선택하세요. 이런 게 된다.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
Revelio.
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall.
그렇구만. 여기로 다 이어지나 보네.
Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
If anyone needs help with an essay or something, I don't know.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend
마법수업이랑
both charms
마법방어술.
and defense against the dark arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
What will I learn in charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard and a talented teacher.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts
오라.
is required for those
나
who
오라 되고
aspire
싶다.
to become
이름
warriors.
멋있잖아, 오라.
Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Heckert in charge of our students' education in
오라가
that
뭐야?
regard.
오라 하고 싶어.
Can you tell me more about the Defense...
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name... Fortunately, we are lucky to...
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is
호그와트도
the
유명한
only
거잖아.
all-wizarding village in Britain,
거기 막
and
지팡이
is home to
팔잖아.
an array of shops and pubs.
그 뭐야,
You should be able to
버터맥주도
find
팔고.
all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there
유명하죠,
with friends in
버터맥주.
due course.
호그스미들
you,
어떻게
Professor
모를 수가
Weasley.
있지?
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time.
추가 과제.
Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did.
그러니까 원래
He's
마술
been
마법
terribly
막 쓰면 안
vague
되지
as to the
않아?
events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
그런 일 없었어요?
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
피그가 말하지 말라 그랬으니까.
Almost precisely what
말하지
Professor
맙시다.
Fig said.
얘가 흑막일지도
Speak
모르잖아.
of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that
그러니까
it
딴 거
chose
샀으면
us.
어차피 공격은
Very
당했을
well.
거다.
Enough chit-chat. I need to get to
근데
class
우리가
myself.
공격했다기보단 그
Might I rely on
열쇠를
you,
노린
Professor
것
Fig, to
같았어서
explain the details of the field guide's map?
얘네가 잘못한 게
course.
아니라 그
Thank
뚱뚱한 아저씨 죽은 아저씨 걔가 잘못했다.
Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable
Okay.
to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and
Yes,
find me
Professor.
in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
안 들어가 봐야지. 어쩔 건데 안 들어가면. 아, 야박하네. 바로 게임 오버 시켜버리네. 아,
Revelio. It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
들으셨나 보네요.
I did my best.
난 너무 거짓말하는 거에
I'm fairly
생각 하나도
certain
안
she
신경
suspects
하나도
we're
안
not being
쓰는데.
entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
지도 어떻게 피더라? 지도를 열 수 있습니다.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes
할
and
게
a trip to
많구만.
Hogsmeade for supplies,
지팡이도
including
사야
your
되고
own
속도
wand.
들어야 되고
You'll enjoy Mr.
호그스미도 가야
Ollivander.
되고
He's an exceptional craftsman
거시기
and a
뭐냐
good friend.
또 추가
I
과제도
shall
해야
reach
되고
out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able
시험도
to
보나,
master
나중에?
within these walls.
아이번 분수 이런 것 때문에 계속 꾸준히 쓰면서 다닐 수밖에 없어. 열어. 뭐야 이 자식? 뭔데? 어쩌라고? 어떻게 하라고? 뭐야? 뭐야? 야 열려 이 자식아. 왜 안 열리는 거야 이건 또.
Revelio.
수업 들으러 갑시다. Let's go.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean
실생은
black
매년
skull.
들어오지만 두개고로
It was
하나다.
a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more
레비오소?
times than I care
윙가디움
to remember.
레비오사랑 다른 거야?
Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
전투력 만렙인가봐. 레비오스를 써봅시다.
Leviosa.
근데 왜 윙가디움 레비오사라고 안 하고 레비오소야? 너무 길어서 잘랐나 보다.
Now, let's try
매번
something a little larger.
윙가디움 레비오사 이러면 너무 길잖아. 아 하래.
Let us begin with the basic cast.
뿅뿅 아야.
See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember,
레비오소를
a surprised
방어를
opponent
뚫을 수
is a weak
있다.
opponent, as Master Pruitt. So, good. Now, the basic cast. Well done.
얼마나 해야 돼?
Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
좋아요. 일단 한번 막아.
This should be easy.
Protego.
Good form.
I know.
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
It can't be your first duel.
I do enjoy lively
컷!
duels.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose
아,
to the challenge.
레번클로 플러스
Points
1점.
to Ravenclaw.
10점인가?
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication,
나
we can
그
expect great
오란가?
things from
오론가?
you.
그거 하고 싶어.
I demand
할수
excellence
있는
from
건가?
my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So,
얘
I'd
뭘 아나
advise you to
본데?
keep practicing
고블린이랑
whenever
싸운
you
걸 어떻게
can.
알지?
Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again,
Sallow.
well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional
오르마.
assignments.
좋아요.
All right.
너가
That's
셀로우니?
enough
야,
spectacle.
일로 와봐.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
뭐야? 이런 애가 있었어? 아, 나 얘 저거 할 걸. 그리핀도르 할 걸. 약간 이런 말갈량의 캐릭터랑 저기 하고 싶었는데.
I'm not much for dueling.
레번클로 애들 별로
prefer to keep things
재미없어.
friendly.
아, 그리핀도르 할 걸.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't
뭐야?
expect a new student to be so deft
슬리데린인데
with
왜
a
걔가
wand.
착해?
Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
아니, 없어.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a
오,
perfect fit for a
비공식 비밀
certain
결투 클럽.
exclusive, unsanctioned
재밌겠는데?
dueling organization.
재밌는데?
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted
원래
section of the
주인공들은
library,
이런 거를 좀
you just
어겨야지
have to be clever
뭔가 할
enough
수
not
있잖아.
to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting
그
with you.
해리도 맨날
I'm
점수
sure I'll see
맨날
you soon.
깎아먹었었어.
Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned. We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or
얘네
actual
잡고 경험치
skill.
좀 먹어야겠다.
Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance.
루칸,
If you're interested.
브레틀비. 나 이런 거 이름 잘 못 외워. 특히 서양
next
이름은
time.
너무 못 외우는데. 좋아요. 재밌는 거 있네. 챌린지 메뉴에서 이용할 수 있는 미술형 보상 있다.
Revelio.
뭐니? 뭐야 이게? 근데 진짜 넓다. 맵이 왜 이렇게 크냐?
Hey, it's a bold attack. Was the minister a boot or the minister?
이게 킹크널든가? 여긴가 보네. 여기가 뭐였지? 마법술이었나? 마법
Behind
방어술인가 보다.
There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie.
뭐야 이름이
So
일본인
you are the
같은데?
new student.
아닌데 근데
Have
또
you met
흑인이네.
Professor
아
Ron?
약간 저 아프리카 쪽 이름인가 보다.
Shall we begin?
아 여기가 방어술인가?
Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a
아닌데,
crucial year
마법술인데.
in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to
첫날부터
page
500페이지를 봐.
517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of
저요.
the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? Hmm? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing obliviate on one
여기는
another.
헤르미온느 같은 애가 없네.
Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
아시오.
Akio,
아키오라 그러는데 근데 아시오가 아니라?
that is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice.
아 얘가
Keep at
여기
it.
수석인가 본데?
You might just rival Miss Onai here.
오
Very good,
자신만만한
everyone.
표정.
That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a
수업이
little
벌써 끝났어?
excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
아 야외 수업한다고?
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
오 역시 전공인답게 깔끔하게 잘 만든다.
So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
맨날 나부터야.
Relinquish your charm at the last. Splendid! Now, think not to worry.
아하 너무 셌구나.
That's it!
오케이 알았어. 지금
Very good!
아니야?
Very good! Points to Ravenclaw. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a
아
challenge?
나는 이거 어떻게 하는지 방금 알았는데 자식이.
You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red.
아 오케이.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
안 되지 나한테.
Be sharp. There we go.
내 턴. 지금. 하. 봤어? 봤냐?
Excellent.
Let us see this.
아유 그렇게 하면 안 되지. 되네. 오. 좀 치네. 이거 쳐버려. 각도 제가 중. 아, 이 아깝네.
Brilliant.
딱 하려고 그랬는데 나. 아니 이거 퍼펙 아니면 못 이기잖아.
Remarkable.
떨어질 뻔. 하! 나의 승리. 너가 수석이냐? 그 자리 나한테 줘.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this
이런
point.
식으로.
I'll say.
Watch this.
어씨 각 잡고 하는데?
That is how it's done.
아 띠껍네 이거. 아이.
Splendid.
30이야. 아씨.
Let us see this.
가운데 당겨야겠다. 오케이 됐어. 아 뭐야? 뭐 저래? 떨어졌어. 오케이 됐어.
I thought I had that.
내 거 50 됐는데 갑자기? 제가 밀어줬나 본데?
Not exactly your typical lesson. Not that I mind.
아.
Stay focused.
Here we go.
아. 너무 셌다. 딱 중간에서 멈춰야 딱 좋은데. 너도 가.
Oh no.
지금. 됐다?
Well done.
내가 이겼다. 소 이지하구만.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it
아 이런
lightly,
의미였어? 이런 의미로 얘기한 게
I
아닌데.
remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu.
난 내가
just
잘
before my
적응하고
fourth
있는
year.
거를
My
알아준다고
mother
해서
received an
고맙다
offer
그런
to
건데.
teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left
아,
Uganda
무간다야?
and were halfway around the world
와칸다야?
at a new school in a new country.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school
아
in
그래?
the world.
호그와트
So
찌랭이였네.
yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Wagadu a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon.
여기
It is
갈 일
not so
있나?
much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
그렇구만.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
You
대단하네.
can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient
지팡이를
if one
쓰는
is
이유가
without a
뭐야?
wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
Dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be
Wagadu.
here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
교수? 왜?
Of course, you can.
If you would.
If you're so inclined.
Well,
You'd be using it on clothing, to be precise.
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that, cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
블룸이 귀엽다.
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to
아, 얘 딱
expectations.
실력 보니까
Well,
이제
an outdoor competition wasn't
너
exactly
혹시
the
대학원
lesson I was
생하지 않을래?
expecting, sir.
이거지.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well,
마음에
managing to
들었나 봐.
best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss
오나이 뭐
Onai
그거
is always a
흐접이더만.
fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now,
뭐야,
Professor
남자친구
Weasley
있나
has
봐.
asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
좋아요. 와, 이거 또 깼다. 여기 자물쇠 빨리 열고 싶다. 근데 레벨업을 하면은 뭘 할 수 있는 거야?